Hey guys, it's Silver again, and once again we are soloing the 1310 Nightfall. Because, first of all, why not? And second of all, there's quite a few champs that are quote unquote hidden, as I've mentioned in the other two videos I've done. So far we've done Warlock, we've done Titan, and now we're doing Hunter. I gotta say, Hunter is the hardest. And I've only been able to do it once. The other two I didn't win and ran it a bunch of times before I made a video. This one I've only been able to get it once. So let's get into the loadout. We're gonna be going let me switch that. Bottom Tree Gunslinger along with Hung Jury. Mine has Surplus and One for All. A Truth Teller that has auto loading and disruption break with spike nades. The Heretic Rocket Launcher with Impulse and Lasting Impression. For my exotic of choice, I'm going Star Eater Scale. I tried a couple different things. Celestial Nighthawk is also a very good one if you don't have Star Eaters. The thing about Star Eaters is if you gotta make sure that your weapons are masterwork so that you're making orbs for yourself, because since you're solo, the only way you're going to be able to get orbs is from multi-kills on masterwork weapons. Using Scavenger's Finders. Once again, I've got Protective Light, Anti-Barrier Scout, Unstoppable Grenade. I've got Global Reach, which I'm going to be pairing with Mormind's Decree. The only void weapon I have is True Teller, but it works. With a Void Grenade Launcher, you get enough kills to make Warmind cells. Taking Charge to get Charge with Light so we can use that Protective Light, and then Breach and Clear because it's strong. So let's get right into it, and hopefully I don't fail this once. Oh, there's the frame drops that I've been expecting. For some reason in this Nightfall, I get the subtitles for the voice lines, but don't actually get the voice lines. So now that I've done, all the three different characters, I wanted to take a second while I'm just doing this easy intro to talk about which one of the three is best, what weapons are best. Ooh, there's a wall there. So I definitely think by far, if you've got Cuirass of the Falling Star, Thunderstrike Titan is the way to go. See if I can pop his shield. There we go. Or make him fall off. That's nice. Level up. Yeah, so if you don't have... Nuts. That should pop his shield, though. Yep, just like that. So if you don't have Falling Star, I would definitely... say you can still do Thundercrash Titan without that exotic. Top Tree Nova Bomb is probably just as good, if not better, without or Cuirass of the Falling Star. And for the Warlock one, you can definitely go any exotic of choice. I went Controverse Hold, but I don't think that was absolutely necessary, unlike where on the Hunter, I really need that damage from Star Eaters, and on the Titan, you really need the damage from Cuirass. I keep missaying that one. Forgive me, because I'm probably going to keep doing that. But I found that the Titan one was the most consistent. And I think if you're attempting to solo any sort of thing, I think you really need to sit down. And especially something that we're a Nightfall where you gotta have very specific weapons to work with. You've got match game that you need to be aware of. You've got champion mods that you need to be aware of. So I didn't do it so much for my Warlock and my Titan, but for my Hunter, I made a list of each and every single thing that I needed to make sure that I got into my build damage-wise. So I made a list of all the unstoppable, or all the champions that we've got in this. So for this one, it's unstoppable and barrier. And then for each of those, I wrote down the weapons that could deal with those enemies. And then I wrote down the shields, the elemental shields that you've got to deal with. So in this one, on my warlock one, I did use a solar grenade launcher, but I don't think that was necessary. 2, 3. Oh wait, that didn't pop his shield. Okay, we're gonna deal with this guy then. So this season we've got anti-barrier scout and auto rifle. Honestly, I wouldn't use auto rifle unless you're doing it with buddies or you're doing one of the lower level nightfalls. It's just a lot easier and more beneficial to you to play the range game with that anti-barrier scout. Let's pop that so I don't get blown up. Oh, that. Oh, I didn't need to even throw that grenade. Oh well. So every single solar one in this nightfall, it is not necessary to pop with the solar grenade, and I'll show you why later. But every single solar ad that you get, they literally spawn right next to an explosive box that you can just blow up and pop their shield. Let's drop down. Probably should have dealt with these guys before I dropped down, but that's whatever. But that's just for soloing any content. But for this one specifically, I think you just need to make sure you can have something void and something arc to pop shields with. Oh, nuts. Oh, well, if I can hit my things, that'd be nice. I never claimed to be good, for the record. But I think weapon-wise, the perfect loadout that I've probably gone with is with the Vouchsafe Scout Rifle for Void Shields. I found that that was the best way to deal with them. Or Void Grenade Launcher. I think both work equally as well. And then I found that going with a heavy arc weapon was the best. Or if you're doing Titan with Thunderstrike, you know, you got your arc abilities. Let's wait for him to walk around that rock. And where are the rockets? You're not going to shoot rockets on me? No, but you are going to hide where I have to stand at a weird spot to shoot you. Okay, that's cool. If you don't want to shoot rockets at me, I really appreciate that. But super wise, you definitely want to make sure you've got, you know, a super that is going to be big on boss damage, and I really thought that was going to hit him. And push it to the edge. That was unnecessary, but I'm okay with that. It's always fun to make explosions happen. You could definitely go with a sidearm unstoppable, but I wouldn't recommend it for 1, range. 2, you got breach and clear. What more do you need to run a grenade launcher? You can deal with unstoppables. You can deal with literally whatever you want. You're still alive? How many times do I gotta kill you? Sorry, if I just stop talking, it's because I have the attention span of a goldfish, and I gotta mouth breathe while I'm sitting here clicking the fire button and doing nothing else. But yeah, so I would lasting impression rocket is probably your best bet for your energy slot or anarchy. But if you don't have anarchy, just go lasting impression rocket. You'll be fine. And then I definitely liked going with vouchsafe more than I did going with you know, truth teller. Just because I found it a little bit easier to deal with void shields. And so for your kinetic, with that I would either go Wither Horde, or I would go with Ignition Code, which is super easy to get right now. That loadout is not only, you know, super viable, but it's also super easy to get. Vouchsafe, just go to the Dreaming City. You can do whatever the weekly crap is called. I can't even think of it right now. The Ascendant Challenge? You can do the Ascendant Challenge to get the Dreaming City weapon. You can do the Shattered Throne. You can do some bounties from Petra will give you a chance for Dreaming City weapons. Just try and kill one of these guys and get them to drop a War Mine Cell for me. Ooh, that hurt. These darn shield boys need to stop it. At this point I should just give up and shoot them instead of trying to get a War Mine Cell to go off. And then for energy, or heavy weapons, sorry, the Heretic is easily obtainable if you just go do Altars of Sorrow on the right day. Nuts, I backed off as soon as he started trying to pop his shield. Yeah, just go do Altars of Sorrow when it's in the rotation. You can look it up to see what the reward is for the day. There's only 3 rewards. And only, honestly, I don't know if any of them are worth getting, to be honest. There's also the Dreaming City rocket launcher, but I don't know off the top of my head if that can roll lasting impressions. I did like going with, on my Titan, when I went with the Royal Entry. I liked that a lot, just because it had tracking. Tracking's not necessary, you know, on rocket launchers, but it's just nice to have, especially when you're very out of practice with them. But this is what I was saying earlier. You know, you've got that one solar shield in the beginning, and then you've got 2 Centurions that will spawn here, and they can they just walk up near those boxes, and you can pop their shields with that. Sometimes, if they don't walk it, you can literally just push one down the ramp towards them. And easy peasy lemon squeezy. I would not recommend running Star Eaters for every, you know, solo thing. It works in this one because, at least in 1310, if you're within 1325, give or take, I think you'll be fine. And honestly, even on my other two characters, I only used my super twice, and that guy's always super glitchy. So I'd use my super once at the boss, and then sometimes to deal with the barrier that we're about to run into. But that's only sometimes. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Boink. If you want to be really safe, you can just kind of pitter-patter around up here and use a scout rifle to defeat the enemies. Sometimes they'll jump behind like that, and then also sometimes, oops, this barrier does not want to show his face. I hear his rockets. Where is he? Let's do this. Get him out of there. Bye-bye. But at the very least, get rid of the Centurions if you can. Ow, dude, that's so rude. Boink. This guy, I don't know what his problem is. He's always so buggy. I think it works if you just let him die for a second. If you just let him land and then shoot him, that seems to work better. But not every time for me. He's still very buggy. Wither Horde and Warmind Cells makes this room very nice. Just because it's very easy to deal with the swarming war beasts when you can do something that is very just, oh, don't kill me, please. You know, just put down Wither Horde at your feet, jump up, and honestly, you don't even have to kill that guy. As long as you wait long enough for this cannon to rotate around and then lock into place, you'll be good. And you can just go about your day without having to deal with them. Sir, can you not stand in my way while I'm trying to kill the champion? It's very rude, you know. But I will tell you, this is the most successful run I've had so far. I think the biggest struggle that doing this with Hunter was, for me personally at least, was the lack of like super damage. Because Slova Bomb does a stupid amount of damage. Even without Curious of the Falling Star, Thunder Crash does a lot of damage. Just trying to proc one for all. Because a lot of times I forget I have it, to be honest. But hunters don't have a whole lot of exotics that are good for boosting up, you know, damage on their supers for bosses. Bye-bye. And if you want one that's the most consistent, definitely go with Nighthawk. Star Eaters works. However, you gotta hold your super the entire time, because that's the only way I've been able to get it up to ×8. is holding my super until I get to the boss. And you don't have to kill all these guys in here. You really just have to kill the champion. But I like to simply for points, and it makes it a little bit easier to run through here when all the ads are dead. Okay. But part of my struggles is also because, one, I don't play Hunter literally ever. I think towards the last half of most seasons I'll start doing my pinnacles on my Hunter, but I usually don't touch them before that. Or some seasons I won't even touch my Hunter at all. And then because I don't play my Hunter a lot, I don't have a lot of good armor to use. I actually had to go and run the Lost Sector the other day for Star Eaters because I realized that it was legs and I had, you know, an hour and a half before the reset happened and it changed to something else. So if you're using a lasting impression rocket launcher, definitely, oh, I missed that one, didn't I? Tag them, shoot the grenade launcher for breach and clear, and then, because it will reload your grenade launcher, and then you can launch it again. Oh, this is unfortunate. Get me out of here. That worked. I did not mean to take out all those ads along with him, but it works. But yeah, make sure you save the majority of your damage for this second floor, just because there's the least amount of cover in my opinion. Oh, I missed it. It's fine, we'll get him down on the bottom. Yeah, so you see if you do have ×8, you do a massive amount of damage to that goofball. But only if you have ×8. Otherwise, just don't. Go with Nighthawk. Well, that's rude, he's immune. It's okay, guys. I'll get this eventually if I can hit my shots. There it goes. Bye-bye. So, that is the Hunter solo. Like I said, that's the hardest one. If you've got the ability to do it on a Warlock or a Titan, that is by far 10 times easier. Not only because the supers are better, but, you know, you've got the class abilities that are a lot more helpful, in my opinion, than the Hunter dodge. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck. Go watch the other ones if you haven't. Go get those God Roll Plug ones because it is double Nightfall rewards this week. So thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed it, let me know down below in the comments. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know down in the comments. If you've got tips for anybody else trying to solo this at 1310, let me know and I'll be sure to pass the word along. I'll catch you guys next time.